If there's someone listening, if there's a leader who wants to help prepare that next generation of leader, what type of advice, what type of habits would you recommend to that individual who's trying to focus on that next generation?
Yeah, so first and foremost, if they're listening to this right now, that's the first step, right? So get out there and start learning from experiences that are more than your own. And I say that because there's so many people that don't read books anymore. I was shocked to hear a lot of the young people I was mentoring. I asked them how many books they read a year, and some are like, "Yeah, I probably like two," and I was completely flabbergasted because I was like, I cannot believe that you just said that you read two books a year. Like, because how are you? How else are you learning from other experiences around you? How are you learning? What are you doing to better yourself? So I would start there. It's find ways to learn from other people's experiences. Books, podcasts, audiobooks count in my book. Reading, learning, all those kind of things are important. The second thing is journaling, writing down what works and what doesn't work. And notice how I started again with the person sitting in front of you, because I know that's the first thing we think of when we want to leave a legacy is we always start thinking about everybody else or the thing
Right.
that we can get. But in reality, it starts with the person who you see in the mirror, and that's you. And so that's where I think you start. It starts by building yourself up, building your mental capacity, your physical, your spiritual, emotional, becoming stable in those areas and consistently investing in those areas with yourself. And then teaching the people who you're leading those same kind of principles and just telling them those simple practical tips. For me, for example, I say take 10 minutes a day in every aspect in those four key areas: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Teach those people who you're leading to do the same, right? And what that does is now that you teach them how to take care of themselves and care for the environment that they're in, now they're more apt, they're more willing to actually work hard and work and do well in the environment. And then the last thing I will say is build off of prior successes. Too often, I think what happens is that we, in order to leave a legacy and leave our mark, we want to come in and do this big thing that's astronomically different from the last person. But what I truly realize is as I study innovations and creativity, in many cases, I mean, you name an industry, name media, name a clothing line. In many cases, all we do is take what's old and make it new, and then call it innovative, right? And that's really why, again, go back to learning from experiences. So find the things that are good that the previous regime or organization or leadership or whatever you want to call them that they did, and build upon that, build upon those successes, because that now you see what happens in the organization as it continues to go higher, and your name happens to be on the end of that. And that's something I learned from one of the units I was in. I laughed because I was being told, man, you did such a phenomenal job, and I'll keep telling them, oh, it's my Marines, my Marines. But then I went back and told the team that was right before me. I was like, you guys realize that I stole everything that you did well, and I threw away the things that you didn't do well. And I did the basics very well, brilliance in the basics. I took all these successes that you had, stacked it on top of the basics, and then maybe I had one or two like special projects that I added on top of there. And then it's like, man, this I've never seen this before. And I'm like, to be honest with you, I wish I was saying something that was really profound and that was like really cool that I did. But in reality, I just stuck to the most simplistic things. And I think that's what we need to do. If we want to leave a legacy, just go with the simple brilliance in the basics, build off of prior successes, and then you are ready to leave a legacy in the organization.